Good afternoon. We're in the Transparency House at the moment at the Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week, and we're here with Peter Potman. He's Director General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Netherlands. Hi Peter, thank you for being here.
Hi Kelly, well thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. It's very nice to have you here in the Transparency House. We are at the moment on the Dutch Pavilion. And you created the Dutch Pavilion with the government, of course. Why did you do that? Why Dubai, Abu Dhabi?
Well, first of all, let me say that I'm very happy to be here in Abu Dhabi for this week, and that I'm very happy to be here in Transparency House, which I think is an excellent idea and also a very good contribution to making sustainability as a subject more approachable to people and create the opportunity to inform them. So why are we here in Abu Dhabi? We're here with a delegation of more than 20 Dutch companies. Some of them already well established, also here in the region and in the country. Others, quite young. But all of them have something to offer to help the world tackle the needs of a more sustainable world, a more sustainable globe. This is a very central place in the Gulf region, and the United Arab Emirates are also a long-standing, very good partner of the Netherlands, and also a great place for Dutch business to work. So we thought it would be good to take our companies to such a central place and to help them help the world towards sustainability, and that in a region that I think needs it very much.
Yeah, and actually what we are seeing right here is that we also have big supply chains. So here are big buyers, and they're buying in Europe, but also in India and in Asia. So that makes it very important, I think, to show the innovations that we have as a country.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, so the Gulf and certainly Abu Dhabi and the United Arab Emirates, they're a hub for the world. So when you're here, you connect Europe, you connect Africa, and you connect them to India and China. So in that sense, you're right. I mean, there are big buyers here. So what I hope is that we can introduce our companies to those buyers and to the authorities that have to make decisions about a sustainable world in the future, and that they see the merit of what these companies have to offer. And so as a country, we decided on a strategy for this region and also for the Expo Dubai, which will take place as of November of this year, because we want to connect water, energy and food. And why do we want to do that? Because they are crucial for a sustainable world, and they also happen to be areas where the Dutch have particular expertise.
Yeah, that's very nice, because all day we're talking about uniting energy, water and food. I just talked to Carmen, one of your colleagues, and she told about women leadership, the SDGs, how the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, but also the whole government in the Netherlands is working about that.
Yeah.
And just a few guests ago we had Dr. Nawal from IRENA here, and they are very open to talk and to collaborate also with companies, and they're very enthusiastic. So it's, for me, it's really an eye-opener. I was here before, we're also located here now, but it is an eye-opener and it's very special. So what is your personal link to sustainability or Sustainable Development Goals?
Well, my personal link is that I am, perhaps also because in my career I have traveled across the globe. I've been doing this for more than 30 years. I served in China back in 1989.
That was my birth year, actually, so that tells enough.
It means I'm old, but so that gives me some wisdom, perhaps, about the ways of the world. And we have gone through a period of extreme growth, and that growth has brought a lot of good to mankind and to a lot of poor people. The Chinese, for instance, lifted 800 million people out of poverty. So that is a great success. And I think I have witnessed in my career a world that was on growth. and it was on globalization. And those were things for good. Now, the bad side, of course, is that we are now looking at a world which is moving towards 9 billion people, and that we have to feed where we need to provide them with clean water, where we have to secure their food, and where we have to stop global warming, because those are byproducts of the upside that we've seen. So I think it is my commitment also for my children and their children to work towards a world which will be sustainable. Because otherwise, I will be part of a fortunate generation that has seen tremendous prosperity, but at the price of the future. And so we cannot afford this. So perhaps this is a very Dutch way of, some guilt-ridden feeling that we have to do something about this. But the positive side is that I think that we have the technologies
and the knowledge. Yeah.
To bring this about. And that's why you mentioned my colleague who works on climate change and tries to prevent that. And I'm happy to take companies with me, because we need the private sector. Governments alone cannot solve this. Companies that have the business acumen and that have the knowledge to help bring this about. We cannot go back to the Stone Age. No. So the only way we can go is forward, but we have to do it in a clever way. Yeah. And so I'm very committed to this, and I'm also very proud that I can bring these companies and the people, the decision makers together, so we can move forward.
Yeah, and actually we're a company too, and I experienced myself this whole week, which was delegation leader, of course, of the trade mission from the Netherlands to Abu Dhabi, that it is actually very hands-on what you're doing, what the government is doing, that we actually really get that connections. And I never thought that it would work really that way, because I thought you had to do it yourself as a company. So it's very beautiful to see how, in this case, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is handling that. And the company is also feeling that they're taken by hand and can do everything what they want. You just have to ask and have the innovation and the knowledge, and that's very, very beautiful.
So we live in a world where, in the Netherlands we have developed a system we call a triple helix, which means that you have the government, you have companies, and you have knowledge institutes, academia, and they have to work together in order to achieve innovation and in order to bring the world further. And we have moved past the point where business by itself, can sort it out. And we've never lived in a world where governments by themselves could do things. So I think there's a very strong realization with both the companies and government that we have to work together. And in the Netherlands we're quite good at working together in this fashion. So I hope that as we move on to Expo 2020, more companies will find their way to us, and they can go online to Dutch Dubai, and they can subscribe, they can register and become part of the movement, if you will. And I hope that they will also be there between November and April 2021, when the Expo in Dubai will take place, and where we're going to bring all these technologies and all these innovations to the table.
Yeah, that's great. And you also had a very beautiful biotope that you're placing there from V8 Architects, I think, and it's showing in one concept what the Netherlands has on technology, and that's a lot, I think.
I think in the booth you can see it as virtual reality, because they're in the process of building it. So I can't wait until it's November, actually, so that we can see it for real.
I understand. Thank you very much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
No problem. It's an honor. You can subscribe to go to Dutch Dubai or to go to the Expo 2022. Dutch Dubai dot?
Dutch Dubai.
Oh, not NL, or you have a website?
.nl.
Yeah, .nl. So it's DutchDubai.nl. We are here in Transparency House. In a minute there will be